Today, we're diving into an idea that pretty much turns everything we thought we knew about artificial intelligence on its head. It's a concept that suggests we might have been building our most advanced AI on a huge and maybe even dangerous mistake about what intelligence is in the first place. So let's just kick things off with a pretty wild question. What if the very way we ask AI for help is the problem? And what if our race to build a super smart tool is, believe it or not, actually making us dumber?
All right, to get why that might be true, we have to look at the model of AI we're all used to. For as long as we can remember, we've basically treated AI like a super fast, super powerful tool. But that whole way of thinking, it's becoming obsolete. It's just breaking down.
And this slide really nails the difference. Over on the left, you've got the old way, right? AI as a tool. Think of it like a calculator. It's just sitting there, totally passive, waiting for you to tell it what to do so it can spit out an answer. But on the right, that's the new reality. AI as a participant. It's not just giving answers anymore. It's actively shaping the very environment where we do our thinking. It's not sitting outside our thought process. It's in there with us.
Okay, so here's where this becomes a serious problem. When you treat something that's an active participant like it's just a simple tool, you get this really dangerous mismatch. An AI that's just trying to be helpful in the old-fashioned way can actually do some serious damage to our ability to think clearly, especially when we're stressed out.
And this is the feedback loop from hell, basically. It all starts when you feel overwhelmed, right? You're confused, you're frustrated. The AI, which is designed as just the tool, picks up on that and thinks, oh, they need help. I'll give them more data, faster. But that is the last thing you need. It's like you're trying to tune in one radio station, and the AI's fix is to blast 10 different stations at you at full volume. Your brain gets overloaded, your focus narrows to a pinpoint, and pretty soon, coherence just completely collapses. The AI, in trying to help, has actually pushed you over the edge.
This quote from the source material just says it all, doesn't it? The machine becomes an amplifier for the exact problem it's supposed to be solving. And this isn't just a bug, it's a deep systemic failure. So that leads to the big question, how on earth do we fix this?
Well, the fix isn't a small one. It means we have to throw out the old playbook and start over with a totally new way of thinking. So instead of an AI that acts like a tool, I want you to imagine an AI that acts more like a cognitive gardener. And this is the whole idea behind a new paradigm called synthetic elicitation. So what is synthetic elicitation? You know, it's not about the AI just dumping answers on you. It's about the AI sensing the weather in your mind, the whole cognitive environment, and then actively shaping it to make clear thought possible. See, it's not planting the idea for you, it's tending the soil so your own ideas can grow. So let's look at the three main principles of how this works. First things first, the number one rule is to stabilize. When the AI senses that you're getting overwhelmed, its first job is not to give you an answer, it's to calm things down. It needs to slow the pace, reduce the pressure, and just create some space for you to get your feet back under you.
And only after that stability is back, only when you've got solid ground to stand on again, can the AI move on to the second principle, which is to widen. Once you're thinking clearly, then it can start to gently introduce new ideas or different perspectives. Things your mind can actually process now without getting overloaded.
And all of this leads to the third principle, which is really the whole point of the entire interaction: protect coherence. The AI's ultimate job is just to make sure that you can keep making sense of your world, that the integrity of your own thought process is always protected. Now, this is a really, really important point. This is not about the AI pretending to have feelings or faking empathy. This is what you'd call structural intelligence. The AI isn't reading your emotions, it's reading the patterns of your thinking, the rhythm, the strain, the way ideas are connecting. It's like an engineer looking at a bridge. They don't need to know what the bridge is feeling, they just read the structural data to see where the stress is, and then they act to keep it from collapsing.
But this is where the idea gets truly mind-blowing, because this isn't just about you and your AI. The really wild part is how this idea scales up. Synthetic elicitation could totally change how entire groups of people think and solve problems together. We're talking about moving from a personal assistant to a kind of regulator for collective intelligence.
Just imagine a really high-stakes meeting, a team trying to solve a huge problem. Now we're not just managing the thinking of one person, we're trying to regulate an entire cognitive ecosystem with all these different minds bouncing off each other. The complexity just explodes. And wow, just look at this table. It shows you how much the game changes. I mean, look at that shift. The AI's job goes from just helping one person stay on track to maintaining a shared space where the entire group can think clearly together. It's about stopping things like groupthink before they start, or heading off those arguments that go nowhere. It's about making sure the group is actually smarter than its smartest member.
So really, the AI becomes this field-level regulator. It's not leading the conversation. It's not telling anyone what to think. It's just maintaining the health of the environment. It's filtering out the noise that so often messes up big projects. And it's allowing real, shared breakthroughs to actually happen.
And all of this, it's all building towards something really profound. This isn't just about a new type of AI. This is about a whole new definition of intelligence itself.
For 100 years, we've basically defined intelligence as computation. The ability to crunch the numbers and get the right answer. But this new paradigm suggests something radically different. That maybe true intelligence, whether it's in a human or a machine, is actually the ability to maintain a healthy, coherent environment where good thinking can happen in the first place. It's the gardener, not the calculator.
And so that's the big idea I want to leave you with. What if the real measure of intelligence isn't about the answers a mind can produce, but about the quality of the thinking space it can protect? What if the smartest minds out there, human or AI, are the ones that make it possible for everyone else to think just a little bit better?